Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. Usually I'm here talking about true crime. However, today our Senate confirmations, and of course it's related to the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi. You're going to want to hear this entire, and I mean entire, questioning related to TikTok. Don't go anywhere. Let me know your thoughts.
And thank you, Ms. Bondi, for answering our question. I want to come back to TikTok. And we ran out of time when I was asking you before about the importance of the law that was passed overwhelmingly bipartisan majority here in the United States Congress. As you know, last year, a Chinese hacking group, it was called Salt Typhoon, broke into several American phone companies, reportedly used that access to spy on the White House, the FBI, other sensitive government targets. The threat of Chinese communist espionage goes beyond just watching. It also involved potentially shutting down our grids, other critical infrastructure targets. I assume you agree with me that Chinese cyber warfare, espionage, malign influence is an existential threat to America.
It is an existential threat, Senator, and also I have not seen it yet, but from what I've heard about former FBI Director Wray's comments on 60 Minutes regarding China, sleeper cells within our own country, infiltrating our water systems, our natural gas lines, telecommunications, a very, very real threat to our country.
I'm glad that we agree, and as you know, and as the Department of Justice has noted, it's not classified, so we can talk about it openly. The ByteDance is beholden to the demands of the Chinese government. It is controlled by the Chinese government, and it in turn controls TikTok. Do you agree that ByteDance's control, ownership, exploitation of TikTok is a threat to American national security?
Senator, this is pending litigation within the Department of Justice.
Okay, let me put it a different way. It's not pending litigation within the Department of Justice. It's in the courts.
In the courts.
And the Department of Justice is currently defending the constitutionality of American law. Will you continue to defend the law passed by the Congress defending America's national security?
Senator, I cannot. It would be irresponsible for me to talk about anything, and it is pending litigation.
So,
we can talk semantics
I was Attorney
all day
General,
long.
and very often
I'm not trying to hedge on anything, Senator. I just can't comment on anything.
With the idea that you won't tell me that the Department of Justice will continue to defend against constitutional attacks the law of the United States. When I was Attorney General of the state of Connecticut, I would say I have an obligation to defend the law of Connecticut against any attacks. You have an obligation, or you did as Attorney General of Florida, to go to court when those laws were attacked. You have an obligation as United States Attorney General to do what this Attorney General is doing, whether you agree with it or not, and frankly, whatever the president thinks about that law, you have an obligation to defend it. This is an easy question for you. Will you defend laws of the United States of America against constitutional attacks? I'm asking you in general.
In general, yes.
And with respect to the law that would require divestiture of TikTok, which is a law passed by this body and supported by, I think, a majority of members on both sides of the aisle, why can't you tell us that you will defend it?
Senator, I'm not hedging. This is all pending litigation, and I can't talk about pending litigation if confirmed as Attorney General.
I have to tell you, with all due respect, that answer is unacceptable to me. Thank you.
So what I'm hearing is that a Chinese company has already hacked American companies, but somehow they couldn't do it through ByteDance. So now ByteDance is a national security issue. It sounds like the Chinese already got into our mainframe. What does ByteDance have to do with it? I'm still holding out hope for the United States Supreme Court, but after this particular statement, I'm just unsure. Blumenthal is a senator from Connecticut that is also working around the clock to take TikTok down. Are you from Connecticut? Maybe it's time for you to start rallying together and express your voice to Senator Blumenthal.